what the acting national chairman of the caretaker chairman of the party, Yobe State Governor, Governor Mala Buni, said about all Nigerians from all walk of life who have turned 18 should join the ruling party, because for him, the hope and aspiration of Nigeria will find a place there, and that whatever the ruling party have done since 2015, he promised that the party will do more. So I think that it's a welcome development. It gives a lot of Nigerians, one, of course, those who are registering new, but those who are also part of the party to actually to revalidate, reinvent, reconnect with their own constituency and people, you know. And you know, every political exercise comes with fanfare. So in doing this, you see that the party really further reconnect with the people very well. So I think this is very good, and I hope that just as APC is doing its own, other political parties will also carry out the exercise to give Nigerians opportunity as a vehicle to participate. Because what people look at, sometimes when you talk about participating in the politics or democracy, people think it's only when you want to contest for political office, that is when you should participate in politics. No, I think that every Nigerian should be active participant in the political affair of the country, and one of the vehicles is to be a card-carrying member of a party that you feel that the ideology, the manifestos, the vision of the leadership of that party, you tend to align with such vision, you should join. And whatever request or demands that you have for a better country should be channeled towards their process, because sometimes when you participate at the party level, that is when you can really be able to say what is going on, even at the local level. It's not only what happened in Abuja. So we shouldn't, as Nigerians, be passive onlookers. We should be active participants, like my chairman will always say. So I hope that as we have seen, the exercise went on smoothly all over the country. The time was extended after some time, just to allow more Nigerians, because of popular demand, to really join. You could see that a lot of Nigerians joined the ruling party in mass at all levels, from unit to ward to local government, state, and all the 774 local government of the country. So I think it shows that democracy is working. And I think that on a general note, helping to further the cause of our democracy is the way to go. Since 1999, like we always say here at Topsy, we are not where we should be, but certainly we are not where some people say we are. We have moved from 1999. There have been a lot of predictions that didn't come to pass about this country, which were negative. First, in 1999, we had first election after many years of military rule, and then President Olusegun Obasanjo, again after 4 years, recontested and got a second time, which was the first time that such election would go on for a very long time. And then we came to the big one, which was handing over civilian to civilian administration. That was a huge challenge, and a lot of people predicted in and outside Nigeria that was not going to happen. It came to pass. We had the election. There were issues. Late President Yar'Adua admitted the shortcomings of the election, but he didn't say that Nigeria should not exist, and he quickly caused a reform, which was headed by former Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Huwais. And you can see from there, President President Yar'Adua died in office. May Allah grant his soul Jannah Fidausi. Within that period, there are a lot of issues around whether Nigeria was going to survive or not. We did survive. President Jonathan took over despite all the challenges. he finished his time, which the joint ticket, conducted another election on its own as the president, and then in 2015, he recontested again. There were predictions that Nigeria will not pass, Nigeria exist beyond 2015. That didn't come to pass. That election was held on. A lot of Nigerians intervened. The National Peace Committee, headed by respected elder statesman General Abdulsalam Abubakar and other prominent Nigerians, Sultan Saad Abubakar, Bishop Matthew Kuka, Alhaji Ali Kodanga, several other Nigerian, Chief Emeka Ayoku, intervened, and brought all the political players together to ensure that they play by the peace and they put Nigeria first. So even though there were predictions that Nigeria was going to break in 2015, it didn't come to pass. The very first time a sitting president lost an election, and for the very first time in the history of Nigeria, indeed Africa, the sitting president led by an example by putting a call to his opponent who won election and congratulating him and setting history and putting Nigeria first. Again, in 2019, election was conducted. And then we are looking forward to 2023. Whatever the issues that we have, I think that we should all jointly further the cause of our democracy, and we should join various political parties of our choice, APC, PDP, other political parties that are duly registered. We should join as Nigerians and then go there, stake our claim in the Nigerian project. If things are not working, we have the right to make the right this thing on power, on health, on roads, on infrastructure, whatever. As Nigeria, we have the right. But you cannot be a passive onlooker, and then when things are going back, you just continue to lament. That should not be our case in Nigeria. Let us, at all levels, and you shouldn't be an Abuja person. You just sit down in Abuja and you don't know who is your councillor. You don't know who is your local government chairman. You don't know who is your House of Assembly member. You don't know who is your House of Rep member. You don't know your senator. You don't. So I think that, this is very important. We should continue to deepen our democracy, and deepening party politics is very important. It's an important vehicle of deepening democracy in Nigeria.
Okay, yeah, that's quite a very good throwback to align us basically to know what it was and what it is today, how to attain to greatness in government. Let me find out from you, to what extent can you say this exercise of revalidation of membership of the governing party, that's the APC, can say the party is beginning to hand over the structure of the party to the people?
Yes, I think that it's like I said earlier, it was a very important step by the All Progressive Council APC, because I participated. Like I always say to you, I've never been a passive person politically right from my university days. So I participated in the process right from my ward, my polling unit, and follow what happened in other parts of the country. You can see the excitement of the people really eager to participate, to register, and that was what also led to the extension of, if people were not interested, there won't be the need for extension. So this is giving the party to the people, allowing people to own the party. That was what I'm sure, and you can see all Nigerians at all levels, you can see the eagerness, at least I witness it, and so that I followed my boss, the publisher, to register in Niger State in its polling unit in Molagi, in Bakolo, Kagama, and we all registered and all of that. And we follow, as a journalist, we're following what is happening in the country. So it's a very interesting process. People are happy, at least those who interacted with within our own locality, that the party.
Assuming there was an estimation of the number of people they were expecting for them to register as members of the governing party, that's APC, for instance. If the number had been estimated to about 1 million, 100 million, would that be the same thing when it comes to election? You still get the 100 million to party?
It's not always, there's always, there are people, no matter what you say to some people, all over the world, there are still people who will not want to vote. And when it comes to election, there are people who don't belong to any political party, but they have interest in a particular candidate at that particular point. They are registered to vote, but they don't necessarily belong to any political party. There are many of them. And there are those who may belong to a political party, but sometimes, especially in Nigeria, due to a particular candidate, they may either not vote at all, and all of that. So there is no instance where you said that all those who participated in the exercise will necessarily be and vote on that during the election. But that is the hope, and that is only achievable when there is constant voter education. The need for people to understand that their vote matters. It is important for them to exercise their vote. Once people realize that their vote, no matter what, they don't see that one vote as just a waste. They should use it whatever it is. Whether your candidate wins or not, what is important, you will feel happy that you have exercised your fundamental right as a Nigerian, and therefore you will not regret that maybe your one vote could have made a difference or number of votes of a particular area. So it's important when you participate, you're happy, and in case your candidate don't make it or make it, you should look forward to another election. So it's very, very important.
As a journalist, did you notice challenges within the period of this registration at all? Maybe either from where you are boss and you registered. Was there anything untoward that you probably saw and you would have expected it to be the other way around to get it right? No,
but nothing that I could remember. As far as I was concerned, at least in Niger State, the process, the governor, Governor Abubakar Sani Bello, my former boss, did register first, declaring it for other members, and all the other political talks now all went to their own polling unit across the states to vote. I can't remember any major incident, at least in Niger State. Of course, there are issues in some instance of delay, 1 or 2 days of the material, but I think that was handled. Yes.
So, in a nutshell, your advice?
Yeah. Well, my advice is that, like I said earlier, one, the political party, the ruling party should continue to lead the way. They should continue to deepen democracy, because elections may come and go, but political party and then Nigeria as a country must always exist. Political parties should remain the vehicle, for which individual can use to achieve their own aspiration, but they must also help in growing the party. Is important. And then they should open up the space for various people who are interested. Now you said people are 18 and turn 18, they should also be carried along. They should not just register and they allow them just to waste. They should also mentor them. There should be process of mentoring by carrying them along, even at the party level. The younger element in the political party should remember, let there be seamless transition. Let the younger people they carry on. They should not just encourage them to register and leave them until when there are election and then you say come and vote. It should be beyond just registering and voting. It should be about constant engagement with all the stakeholders. This first step has been taken. The next step is enlightening people on the need to do, and also selling their manifesto, telling people what they achieve and what they need to do in the future.
Okay, we still have another topic to be discussed. I'm talking about the coup d'etat in Chad. To what extent can it be said to cause instability to some other countries within the western region of Africa, that's Nigeria and others? We shall go on break. By the time we return, you'll react to that. This is Roundtable on the combined service of Basel Radio and Television. Don't go away.
It is with a deep sense of responsibility that I consider this an honor to be with you at this launching of the single largest vaccination program ever in the history of Federal Capital Territory to herald our decisive victory over the COVID-19 pandemic. As I stand before you, I took my job on Saturday, and I'm still standing day and hard. This is a demonstration to make us know that at least we have about 72 hours from then till now. And I am standing to speak to you, not just to convince you, but also to encourage you that vaccinations have always been doubted wherever in the country. If today they are to bring back polio vaccines, I know some people will still say no to it. But at the same time, we have not, so far, by the grace of God, seen any casualty in Nigeria. And I will also share with you, just like I will encourage you after your own job, to please go to the portals and fill the forms to also share your experiences. But it's better to be safe. Please ensure you take your job to make Nigeria a COVID-19 free environment.
Welcome back. Yes, we just ended the discussion on the membership registration of the governing party, and you listened to the perspectives Jibril Babangida really highlighted for us to know basically the importance of this exercise that ended just this week. And still this week, of course, at the international level, we all know what happened in Chad. Chad is one of the countries in Africa and in the sub-Sahara where the strong man that has been there called Idris Deby, who has been ruling for the past 27 years. And of course, he won the re-election to continue again in office. Within that period, of course, after the election, 2 days or thereabout, rebels came in, and at the end of the day, fight broke out. And Idris Deby in his character, though president of a country like Chad, he was seen at the battlefield with his soldiers. And I think he went out to battle it with the rebels. In that process, he was wounded. And then as a result of these gunshots, he couldn't survive it. And then he was declared dead. And immediately his son, took over power. And because there can't be, what matter hurts most is vacuum. There must be something to occupy. And as soon as, this happened, the son took over the reins of power. That's at the age of 37, the son. Now, the question here is, the entire sub-Sahara region, most countries are really finding it tough in fighting insurgency. And Chad was like a buffer zone to Nigeria in fighting those who were having it en route to Nigeria to do what we consider to be out of insecurity. But of course, Chad military were always in touch with Nigerian government to ensure that they fight it out with these insurgency. And at the end of the day, his absence, most people are of the opinion that indeed is likely going to create some insecurity in the country, because it has not become porous, as if there's just nobody at the border to guide or to protect or to fight back if insurgents are moving closer to some of these countries like Nigeria, for instance. And we have seen government trying to do as much as possible to safeguard this. Now the question here is Jibril. The absence of Idris Deby in Chad, what can you say as a person who edits and writes for defense and security in a newspaper?
Well, the implication is huge, very huge. And Topsy, it's important that we put the life and times of Idris Deby in perspective, in context. I wasn't surprised that he died in the war front. What he knows all his life is war. Is a wartime battle-tested general, and of course you recall that he was actually a rebel. The way rebels were trying to take over, that was also how he took over from his boss and mentor in the 2nd December 1990. Idris Deby is the last of generals who trained in Muammar Gaddafi's revolutionary school, which was referred in the Western world as the Harvard of revolutionary world. All the revolutionaries from Nicaragua and all of that all trained with Muammar Gaddafi. Muammar Gaddafi discovered him in the 80s when he led the battle against Libya in the war that was called the Toyota War, because he fought in that battle. Chad was seen as the weaker country, but it defeated Libya, and Muammar Gaddafi somehow found a way to reach out to him, and that was how they went into alliance, and then he went to Sudan, and then overthrew the government of his boss and mentor, Hosni Harbi. So he's been so rugged. He's a dogged general who, and of course the Chadian army is one of the most battle-tested in Africa. They've been since 1960. Of course, there haven't been any kind of democracy in Chad. It's one coup after the other, one coup after the other. So I'm not surprised that he also had to pay the supreme price in the battlefield. So it has a huge implication for Nigeria. I recall Topsy, I think about 10 years ago, when Muammar Gaddafi, when Libya was in turmoil, and I was interviewed then on one program. I don't know whether it was AIT or one of the sister stations also here in Abuja. And I said, look, my take then, which actually came to pass, I didn't know that at that point that Muammar Gaddafi was going to be killed. I just thought maybe he would be pushed out and somebody will replace him. I said, look, no matter whether you like Muammar Gaddafi or not, I was very sure, certain, that from my readings and interaction with experts, security experts, that once Muammar Gaddafi is removed, and nothing, a very powerful leader who could control that country is not quickly replaced, then there will be a problem not just for the countries, the Sahel, and the Central African Republic, but also for Nigeria. And unfortunately, my position then came to pass. Unfortunately, Muammar Gaddafi was killed, as it is today. Since then, he was killed. Libya is not a country. And you see the Toyota war that I was talking about, in the Sahel, in the desert there, the hillocks that were used were Toyota hillocks. That was why that war between Libya and Chad was called Toyota war. And this kind of Toyota, the Toyotas, and all kind of technical machines that are being used by Boko Haram in the northeast, the rugged vehicles that Boko Haram, once the man was killed, the country was destroyed, was in turmoil. Many rebel groups took over, and then the armory was left open. And then already that the borders from this country are all very porous. From you can leave Nigeria now and move up to Central African Republic, going through Chad, Niger, up to Darfur, even to Central, to Mauritius, to Mali. You can go by road. There is also a route that was used by our great-grandparent and parent going to Mecca by road. All those routes are there. So it was a very dangerous thing, and that came to pass. The Libyan crisis is foiling the crisis in Nigeria and other parts of Africa, Mali and all of that. But to a very large extent, Idris Deby has also been playing a very significant role because, one, the Chadian forces are more battle tested in terms of engaging with this kind of criminal non-state act or unconventional warfare than most other countries in this part of Africa. So, and they have been using it very usefully in doing that. So it's a huge vacuum. And like I said in my own program yesterday, I hope that Nigeria will learn the lessons from what happened in Libya. It will not be a sit-down look scenario. It shouldn't be a sit-down look scenario. Nigeria should be proactive. Nigeria should hold the ground. Nigeria should take the lead by saying that, look, this is one, ensuring that the crisis in Chad is well managed. This transition, no matter how bad the transition is, Nigeria to prevail on all stakeholders, even if they are going to engage our own National Peace Committee in the country and get other people, other African leaders, to use the kind of machinery that we use, the template of the National Peace Committee here in Nigeria, to prevail on the stakeholders in Chad, to put Chad and African above self-interest by ensuring that this can, because once Chad become ungovernable, like you directly pointed out, Chad has been a buffer. You understand? Even though there have also been accusations that sometimes the Chadian government play double standard with this criminal non-state actor. But by and large, it has been helping in fighting not just with Nigerian forces, but also in Mali and Central African Republic and all of that. So it is very important, you know. So, and we hope, you know, because I was asked a question at a program that the son is young and all of that. I say yes, the son is young, but it's not just the age that is different, even their trajectory. The son, you call him like an Ajebo in quote, but the father was a rugged, battle-tested general who I've seen very well. But we should also not take him for granted. I'm sure that he may so have also been watching his father and must also be in various campaigns with the dad. Even though the transition there is an aberration, because that led to the suspension of the parliament and all of that. And for some people, the argument is that constitutionally it is the speaker of the parliament that should have taken over. But maybe considering the instability in the country and the attempt by the rebel to take over from the country, that is why the military is holding the ground. Okay. So it's a huge vacuum because the son doesn't have the doggedness and the battle-testedness of the father. So I hope that the generals who are around him will help him. But achieving stability in Chad is very important, and I hope Nigeria should not just leave it to the Western nation, because in most instances, just like in Libya, what happened? After the Western nations every day it was Gaddafi must go, Gaddafi must go. When Gaddafi was removed, there was no attempt immediately to fill the vacuum. And you made a very important point, life above vacuum. So most times, and even some of the US security experts have said that one of the challenges of American government over the year is that when they play a role in removing a particular government, with editorial government, all of that, they leave countries in chaos. Iraq and other part of this thing, they don't quickly go into filling in the vacuum until when the damage is done. And this always have effect on. So Nigeria should not wait for any Western nation, because the impact will be more on Nigeria than any country. So Nigeria must take the lead. We should not be a country of sit-down look. One, there are decisions that have been taken about holding our border, but we should go beyond that. Nigeria should quickly set up a committee. The president and commander-in-chief should talk to other African countries. The AU, Chad is not part of ECOWAS, but African Union, other world leaders, so that they should learn from the lesson of what happened in Libya, so that the politicians, they should quickly sit down with all stakeholders using the template, like I say, of National Peace Committee, sit with them, please. Even if they don't want the son to stay up to 18 months, even if it's a 12-month transitional period, at least they should allow, but they should not allow anything that will leave vacuum. Nigeria must take its leadership now on this particular issue.
Okay. It's about time for us to invite those who are watching us live and direct on Roundtable, on ASO Radio and Television, and as well monitoring using the radio. You can dial the number which is well known to most people who watch us or listen to us. The number again is 09057408127, 0905-7408-127. Yes, we are trying to look at the just concluded exercise conducted by the governing party, the APC, registering, revalidating its own members nationwide. It came to a close this week. We looked at the importance of it. And we are talking about the absence of Idris Deby in Chad. To what extent can it become an implication to countries that border Chad in terms of insecurity? And Jibril has been doing justice to that. You can tell us exactly by advising government in whichever way possible, by remaining strictly on what is being discussed. And the number to do that again is 09057-408-127. Get talking to us, add your voice on the discussion, and then we shall listen to you, or those who are watching us, we equally watch you or listen to you using the radio. Getting back to the discussion on the absence of Idris Deby, Jibril, what can we do as a nation looking at his absence in this critical time?
Well, I think that we should continue to strengthen our own military, continue to give them the desired support. Like we keep saying, Topsy, when you talk about armed forces, like my column of yesterday was separating war from the warriors. In Nigeria, we are quick to condemn our own. We don't give the kind of desired support that our own military and other security agencies deserve. We don't treat them with respect. And like we keep saying, you know, yes, there may be shortcomings in the war or the battle they are fighting in various operations. It's okay for us to point out. Or if one security agency personnel have done something wrong, it's okay. But this general condemnation of our own security forces or the top hierarchy, when anybody is appointed, you don't even give any chance. You start condemnation, you don't give any chance. In fact, there are people in Nigeria that from their own comment, word of mouth, their conduct on the social media or traditional media, they tend to tacitly support criminal non-state actors that even our security agencies. Even when our security agencies are killed, nobody cares in Nigeria. A lot of Nigerians don't care. They don't care. They talk about human rights more, sometimes even of criminal non-state actors of our own security forces. The 12 security soldiers, the officers and men that were killed, are they not human beings?
They are.
Don't they have right in the Constitution?
They have.
Before they join the army?
They have.
And so, why is it that in Nigeria, and you expect the best from them? Other part of the world, no matter the shortcoming, they point out the shortcoming of their forces, but they don't general condemnation of saying the Nigerian army is bad, Nigerian police is bad, no. No armed forces or security forces can rise above the support of this thing. We are facing present danger from other neighboring countries, and internally, our security forces are not even getting the desired report. Look at how the attack that has been going. So, on this issue, Topsy, my advice is that I am re-echoing what I said earlier, that government must take leadership. Nigerians should not just sit down and allow France or other part of the Western nation to dictate what happened in Chad. What is happening now is we work with Hausa provider kagan gemu dawanka ya kama wuta, you know, kasama naka arwa. Meaning that when you see the beard of your neighbor
catching
fire, you should quickly
wade yours.
So one, they should strengthen multinational joint task force. they should quickly embrace the system in Chad. If we find a way to talk to the generals who are holding the ground in Chad, talk to the politicians first to ensure the stability of Chad. Even if they have to involve a former President Goodluck Jonathan, former head of state General Absalam Abubakar, using the template of National Peace Committee by bringing all stakeholders around. They shouldn't leave this to France alone, or US or UK or all of that. What happened in Chad have implications to us than France and the UK and US. Nigeria must take its leadership, and I hope that those who are listening, the leaders, the Minister of Defense, Chief of Staff to the President, the National Security Advisor, and other stakeholders, political leadership, Senate President, Speakers of the House, and all of that, that is the executive and the legislative should look at the implication of this and not just lament or wait till something has happened like we always do and go and grandstand, condemnation and all of that. This is not the time. This is the time for us to think through, look at what is the immediate, short and long-term implication of what is happening in Chad, and then what we needed.
Can you foresee the son behaving like the father, who totally didn't allow, non-state actors to take control of the state, so that at the end of the day, countries that border Chad wouldn't be affected when it comes to issues related to insecurity? Well, now that is absent.
Well,
I think we need to do,
like I said, the son, he cannot be like the father. Like I told you, if you look at the trajectory of the father has been...
Hello, sir.
Okay, let's see. That's a call.
Good morning, sir.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, my name is Mohamed Ali Baba. I'm calling you from Javitli.
It's a pleasure having you, Mohamed.
Thank you. My regard to my good friend there, sir.
He's listening to you.
You see, with regard to Idris Deby, well, it's unfortunate. Well, there are natural laws in place which human being cannot escape, because what goes around comes around. Anybody, it's a very big lesson for everybody, whether you are in Nigeria, you are in America, wherever you come from. But if you rebel against your mentor, definitely you will not succeed. Even if you call it a success, at the end of the day, you meet your Waterloo. That's exactly what happened to Deby himself. Because the Deby himself was a product of, was a big rebel. A big rebel, categorically. The only advice to Nigerian government now, quickly, if you look at what the Chadian temporary government now they put in place, it is not a monarchical government. Why should the son succeed in him? That is already a big problem in the country. Nobody needs to be told before you know. That is a very big problem. And there is going to be a big war. The rebels here will not take it kindly. So our defense people, they should take care of our border. That is the only what they can do now. And just as suggested by Manam himself, they should not leave the matter for the Western nations. AU should play a very big role there to safeguard the interests of Nigeria particularly. So that is my contribution, please.
Thank you, Mohamed Ali Baba.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for calling.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Of course, it's not monarchical. So you wouldn't expect when the one exits, the other succeeds. It's not monarchical.
It's not
and so there will be
monarchical.
protests.
Yes, there will be protests, and that is why I'm suggesting that Nigeria needs to fill the gap. And already we have a template here of the National Peace Committee and other, when the Chief of Staff to the President is an international diplomat.
Okay, let me read the number again. If any other person possibly is watching us, can dial 09057 408 127. That's the number. 09057 408 127. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. I'm Akobi Matthew, calling from Caribbean.
Emmanuel, right?
Akobi Matthew.
Okay.
I want to thank our presenter, and for what you have said is correct. Nigeria should remember that in animal farm, the writer George Orwell clearly stated it. When a problem was happening in George Orwell's farm, the neighboring farmers do not listen to him. until such programs spread to their own family. So we should use that lesson to at least quickly react to that child issue and make sure that there is a peaceful transition in order for our border to be safe. Thank you.
Thank you so very much for calling. We appreciate you. Yes, 09057408127. Maybe last call to be received, if any at all. Then we now draw the curtains to the program. 09057408127. We're expecting just, okay, let's see this call. Then we will now draw the curtains. Hello, good morning.
God bless you, sir. Good morning, sir.
Hello?
Hello. Good morning, sir. I'm hearing you.
Yeah, what's your name?
My name is Solomon Udo.
Okay, sir. Go ahead.
I just want to contribute because that my brother here behind you has said the truth. There is nothing past fear. And to call those other presidents who have ruled before so that they will unite themselves and contribute how to build Nigeria forward.
Okay.
So in things like this, we cannot live in one person and we cannot blame one person. I believe that the tree cannot form a forest. Because my brother said something here that if fire burn a man here and nobody try to carry water to him, at least he will come to the fence. And by the grace of God, my brother said things here. We don't have any other country. This is our country. Charity begins at home. I believe when this government comes, the change begins by me. How can we live together by the grace of God? So if we are not understand ourselves and know that this is our country, let us join hands and build our country.
Right. Yeah, there's no time again left. There's no time again left for us for this.
I appreciate the people. May the Lord continue to help you.
Thank you very much.
Nigeria will be one.
Thank you very much. Just 1 minute, 2 seconds there about them.
Well, Topsy, we have said it all. On the APC, I think all political parties should help in deepening democracy, and on the Chad issue, Nigeria should take the lead. There's no going back on it, and this government have all it takes. The chief of staff to the president is a non-international diplomat. The office of national security advisor, the Minister of Defense is a battle-tested general who understands the implication of this. So our armed forces are good to go. They require public support. On a general note, our security forces cannot perform if citizens don't support them. If you are always condemning them every day, you can't go anywhere. It is our own armed forces, it is our own Nigerian police and other security agencies. They are not from other space. And they are doing this on our own behalf. Let's give them support.
It's all right. You are defense and security editor of the Blueprint. If I had started with this, probably we wouldn't have had time to talk about the APC registration. Okay, that's how far I can go, Jubilee. I want to thank you so much for finding time to be with us on this program this morning.
My pleasure, Topsy.
Yeah, we can continue.
Thank you for always giving me the opportunity to speak on how to move our country forward.
Thank you, Jubilee. I wish you very good fast as we continue.
I'm here to see
when the time
after
comes.
The program
well, that's how far we can go on this program. This morning. It's been fun fire on the program, the last edition for this week. My name again is Topsy Gimba. We shall be back on Monday to exactly what we have just done this week. Do have a very fruitful and jovial weekend. See you and bye-bye.